and I'm gonna tell you where he went wrong, because I think he might have been tricked.
Lawyers and the DA did some sneaky shit, I fell for it. On my P's and Q's, because this time I be prepared for it, yeah. Post shiny nigga.
Thug making an appearance in a Fulton County courtroom Tuesday. His first appearance in front of a judge comes less than 24 hours after authorities raided the rapper's Buckhead home. Channel 2 was the only station there Monday as investigators arrested the 30-year-old. Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is one of 28 defendants charged in a sweeping 56-count indictment against the criminal street gang Young Slime Life, also known as YSL. The charges, ranging from conspiracy to violate the Georgia criminal racketing law, murder, armed robbery, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, also named Sergio Kitchens, who performs under the name Gunna.
At this point in time, I don't find any change in circumstances that would allow me to, or move me from changing my decision as to bond.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that the statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Deal that set Gunna free, a major development in a huge racketeering case. The Atlanta-born rapper Gunna, whose given name is Sergio Kitchens, made a deal with prosecutors and walked out of the Fulton County Jail late this afternoon. Now Gunna will not have to stand trial early next year with rapper Young Thug.
He will not have to testify against any of the others. Our John Chiric is on the story for us.
What it is, people, we is back. Another day on Keep It G News. And there y'all, we talking about Gunna and YSL. Now, this been in the news for a little bit now. I think this YSL indictment came now like a little over a year ago. You know, they got Thug to trial relatively fast. You typically don't see that in these high-profile cases. They normally try to make you wait. But we know in this case, they sped up the process. You know, it was a lot of guilty pleas was taken throughout this whole ordeal. Now, one of the guys that took a plea was Gunna. Now, for most people, if you familiar with these type of situations, I think most people would have thought that Gunna wasn't going to be one of the ones that lasted all the way to trial. If it came down to plea bargains. I know I did. I didn't think, if it ever came down to it, I knew Gunna wasn't going to be in there that long, no matter how it went. You know, if he got out just by being all process, or if he got some type of deal thrown his way, because he was the least culpable throughout this whole indictment. You understand? He only got charged with one count of racketeering. So I wasn't surprised when he got this deal. Now, you heard the deal, and you heard some of the things he said during the deal, and around this time, the whole internet was saying Gunna is a rat. You know, I ain't gonna say the whole internet, because I think some people were split. You know, they saying it was a plea deal, you know. This is typical when you take plea deals, which is true. You know, but I was one of the ones, and I said Gunna told. But most people were still saying, you know, hold up. Let's see what Thug say. You know, maybe he got to go to trial. If he testify, then that's going to stamp it that he right. And if he don't testify, then he good to go. So news came out yesterday that not Young Thug, but Gunna will not testify in the YSL trial. Now, this took the internet, and everybody was going crazy. So did he rat? Did he tell? Did he not? And I'm going to keep it real, y'all. I really don't care. Especially with the world that we got going on now. You got so many people speaking on situations, speaking on criminal cases. They don't know about criminal cases. They never been in trouble. And this snitch word gets thrown around so loosely, and people then blur the lines. It's getting to a point now where most people that pay attention to content don't even know what a snitch is. So a lot of people is saying now that Gunna didn't rap. You know, they saying he ain't tell. He ain't got to testify. He ain't tell. But I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because it ain't just Gunna. Every single one of them guys that deal told. All of them. Not just Gunna. Even Folk, Young Thug brother. And the reason why I said they told, because I said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it till the internet understands this is how you construct these types of situations. And I always relate it back to YFN Lucian. In his case, in his indictment, and how his guys handled it. They handled it the right way. Whenever you got co-defendants, especially if it's a situation like this, when they trying to put y'all in the gang. They trying to put y'all in the gang. So whenever you got co-defendants, and you decide to take a deal, you messed up. Because if your co-defendants want to offer this same deal, there's going to be a chance or a time where you may have to testify. Now, the state saved Gunna in this situation, but that don't take away from what he did. That don't take away from what he did because the state of Atlanta decided to save him. Because when you in this situation, yo, it's either all or nothing. It's either we all taking the deal or we all fighting. Once one person or a few people decide to take that deal, they done switched over, they done went to the other side, because now they are obligated in most instances. You know, we have seen this in YSL trial. That's why the trial, to be honest, is such a circus show, because a lot of these guys that took them deals not trying to testify. But that's a part of the deal. You understand? Now, they saved Gunna. I'm going to keep saying it because that's really what they did. But that don't absolve Gunna for what he did. You know, if the deal is not on the table for Thug and the rest of everybody, there's no deal for me. That's how I carried it in my situation. That's how you pose to carry it. We watched Bobby Shmurda do something similar. You understand? It's either we all taking a deal or we all fighting. It ain't no, I'm taking the deal. Now it's 5 people going to trial. There was 26 people or 24 people, y'all, in this YSL indictment. It's only 4 people at trial. So Young Thug learned a lot through this situation. And I actually blame Young Thug for all of this. Shouldn't have had that many guys around him, man. There's no way that many people can be loyal to you. Not 26. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. He was way too deep. And that's what allowed this whole YSL Rico to happen. Even though it's the case is garbage, y'all watching it play out in court. They need to just throw Young Thug a deal and send him on his way, because they wasting taxpayers' money. Most people that they bringing to testify don't even want to testify, y'all. I done covered a few of them. And for the people that's keeping up with it daily.
The word slime, what does it mean?
Good question. That's a good question. So, the S is for slug, the L is for love, the I is for I, the M is for me, and the E for everything.
I'm so high right now, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep on y'all now. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
The only person you were afraid of, you didn't want to be around, was Investigator Hamilton from the district attorney's office. Is that true?
Yes.
You told us when you were back there that you didn't want to come out and see him because he had sexually harassed you. True?
Yes.
Why is I'm here?
This White?
This is not my case. I got nothing. I don't know why I'm even here, man. You feel me?
I understand you, sir. I just gonna ask you questions. Do you know what that road is on the bottom of 54 Bravo Bravo, sir?
I don't even supposed to be here. Why is I'm here?
This White? I just wanted to ask you, do you know what that street is on the bottom that's in that photograph before you on the screen to your left?
What they got to do with me?
Miss White, do you know that street on the bottom of 54 Bravo Bravo?
Yeah, but what they got to do with me?
I mean, nobody wants to testify, nobody wants to cooperate, but they took them deals, and that was part of their deal. And if the state would have wanted to, regardless of what they said, if it wasn't written out in Thug deal, I don't care what they said. You know, they did say at the time he's not going to have to testify. But if it wasn't written out, then he would have to bring his butt in there in court, y'all, and he was going to have to do what he had to do. Straight up. And I was one of the ones that told y'all from the beginning that Gunna was tricked. And people probably ain't understand what I meant by that, but you heard him rap about it. He said he was tricked, and he was. And the reason why I said Gunna was tricked is because a lot of times when you take them deals, they just telling you this is the deal. I didn't think Gunna was prepared for all those questions that he was asked. I don't think he thought that was part of the deal. But a lot of times when you're in that situation, it takes a rare breed of person to stop court proceedings. Like, hold up. No, I ain't say that. He just went with the flow. That's why he said his lawyer and the prosecutors played the dirty game on him. And they did, but this is the system. This is how they always play games on people. And he messed his name up and tarnished his name in the process. Yeah, he home. But a lot of people, even though he's still selling records, a lot of people looking at him another type of way. And if I was Thug, I would look at him another type of way because you ain't loyal. You ain't riding till the wheels fall off. And that's what that showed. That's what YSL, the gang, showed Young Thug. They're not willing to ride till the wheels fall off. Only 4. There's only 4 people in Young Thug camp that's willing to ride till the wheels fall off. I think if Gunna would have just set it out, Gunna probably would have got a year anyway. He ain't even had to take that plea deal. He ain't had to take that plea deal. He ain't had to say none of them things he said. If he'd have just rolled it out, because they didn't have nothing on Gunna. He was the least culpable in this whole situation. But for the internet to still be undecided of did he tell, did he not? It's like, yo, yeah, it's obvious. You heard him. You heard him say YSL was the gang. You heard him say that it was drugs in the car and it didn't belong to him and it was only him and Young Thug. You heard these things. Now, just because you didn't have to testify to it, that don't really mean nothing in this case. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's another day of Keep It G News.
Nigga can't do what I do, y'all niggas can't copy me. Let's keep shit G. Let's keep shit G. Let's keep the shit G. Let's keep shit G. Let's keep shit G.